Hey guys, it is me. It is TK Burlow from the Burlow Group Tax and Accounting Firm. So I hope that you are out there thriving and that you are crushing your goals for 2024. So we have, just come down from the tax deadline that was just a couple of days ago. And so we usually do like a recap of how the season went for everyone. We do a recap to figure out, are there any changes that we need to bring to our procedures to make sure that we are giving our clients the most, the best experience that they can have when it comes to filing taxes, because we know that can be a very daunting thing to do, getting your taxes prepared. And one of the things that we saw a lot of this year was business owners not having their books organized, right? And so if you know anything about the Barlow Group, you know that that is our slogan, to keep you organized and tax time ready. That is what we aim to do, to keep your business organized when it comes to that bookkeeping. And because you have your books organized, when it comes to actually filing your taxes, that is going to be a breeze because everything is already together. Everything is already categorized. Everything is where it needs to be. So that's why bookkeeping is such an important thing for you to have for your business, because we had new clients this year, a lot of new clients. And when we're asking for that profit and loss statement, and when we're asking for their balance sheet, they're unable to supply it because some people felt like they don't really need bookkeeping yet. And so I always tell you that you need bookkeeping the first day that you make your first transaction. The first day you get that money in for the product or the services that you're offering, that is the day that you need bookkeeping. The first time that you swipe your business card for an expense, that is the day that you need to start bookkeeping. So whether or not you need to hire a bookkeeper is another question that you should, look into your budget to see if you're able to hire a bookkeeper. But your bookkeeping needs to start the first day you start making transactions, the first day you start making money. Okay. So we did have, a couple clients that felt like their business was not at a point to where they really need bookkeeping, but that's not true. You need bookkeeping ASAP. And then some other business owners, they felt like they had came into a period of time in their business to where their budget would not call for to have bookkeeping. They said, well, TK, my budget is a little tight. I'm not bringing in the same type of money that I was. So I had to get rid of my bookkeeper. So now we know when you are firing your bookkeeper, that's going to be a headache. Because more than often, when business owners say that, for me, I feel like, okay, so you're going to fire your bookkeeper because you're having a problem in your budgeting and you're not getting clear about your expenses and your income. That is the time for you to not fire your bookkeeper, but it's really time for you to double down on looking into your books to figure out what is really happening. Where are you spending the majority of your money? Like what's happening with your cash flow? That is the time for you to really look into your numbers to figure out what you need to get rid of. And it should not be your bookkeeping, because you're going to need to know those numbers. Because one thing that that is very true is that the things that you do not monitor, you cannot maintain. Okay, the things that you do not monitor are more than likely the things that you're not going to be able to maintain. So if you think about it, like when you're trying to lose weight, if you're not in the know about where your weight currently is, how are you able to maintain where you're trying to be? It's not going to work, right? If you're not monitoring what you're eating, how are you going to maintain a certain weight or get to a certain goal? So you have to be honest and true about where you currently are. And in order for you to be honest and true about your numbers and your business, you have to have bookkeeping, right? And so, so we did experience a lot of clients that came on board and they really needed bookkeeping. And so when we experience that, when we have someone, depending on how our workflow is going internally. If we are like swamped and we can't really go back and pull all of your numbers, then we give it back to the client and we're like, okay, you have two options. Either you can go back and pull all of your expenses and pull off your income yourself and put it within our organizer, because we have an organizer that is kind of just like the Schedule C, because you have to know how much money you brought in, right? And with your expenses, you can't just tell us, okay, well, here are my expenses. They're $12,000. No, each expense has to be categorized in order to go onto the Schedule C properly. And so that's why bookkeeping is important again, because each month what we are doing is all of your expenses that are coming in, we're putting those in a particular category. That's what it's called. It's called categorizing your expenses. So anything that you may have, like for marketing, it goes inside of the marketing tab. Anything that you have for supplies, it's going to go inside the supplies tab. So that at the end of the year, you're not having to go back and pull credit card statements and bank statements and then categorize them. That is a headache, right? And so that is why it is important for you to have bookkeeping on the monthly basis. And so instead of doing it at the end of the year, we are categorizing your transactions on the monthly basis as they're coming in, right? And so that is the beauty of having bookkeeping. So again, like, some of our clients was like, I don't have it. What can I do? And so we tell them, you have to go back and categorize your expenses and your income and then put it on our organizer, and then we can go forward with your tax filing. But again, that makes tax time like such a headache. And so so that was a trending subject this tax season. Definitely was ensuring that business owners keep their books in order so that you are able to have a smooth transition when it comes to getting your taxes prepared. And so what else did I write down? I also wrote down that when you don't have bookkeeping in your business, what happens is you increase your chances of underreporting your income or even over-reporting your income. When you do that, you can get in a lot of IRS trouble. And so you want to definitely avoid that. And one way to avoid that is to have a good bookkeeping having a good bookkeeping tool in process, right? Another thing that when you don't have bookkeeping, you can miss out on a lot of tax deductions. So if you're losing your receipts, if you didn't write it down, if you didn't record it, if you didn't have it in your books, then how are you going to really prove that you spent, $1,200 on supplies? That's a write-off that you are going to miss out on because you don't have any paper trail of that transaction. So when you don't have bookkeeping, you're definitely going to miss out on tax deductions. And then, in the case of an audit, if you're ever audited, if you have your books in order, your bookkeeping is going to be your proof of burden for all of your expenses and the money that you receive. And so if you're ever audited and you don't have a bookkeeping system in place, you don't have anything to fall back on. And so that's why, you need to go ahead, if you do not have a bookkeeper or some type of system in place, you need to go ahead and do that for your business in 2024, right? So when tax season roll around, you are going to be good to go because you're going to be organized and tax time ready, right? So we do have some room left for 2024 to onboard bookkeeping clients. So if you need a good bookkeeper, we would be more than happy to bring you on board. And I will drop a link below of my email, how you can get in contact with us to go ahead and get started with that if you need a good bookkeeping system for your business. And as always, we are always looking to grow, looking to educate our clients and our customers. And so for the month of May, all May, we are talking about mastering your business budgeting, right? Because we know that when you have not only when you have a good bookkeeping system in place, You need to have a good business budget in place. And so all of month of May, we are talking about business finances. We're talking about budgeting. We're talking about how to create a forecast. So I want you guys to really stay tuned, to really get connected and plugged in so that you are able to be really successful when it comes to managing your finances for your business. All right. So in the meantime, cheers to your success, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.